Okay, today, hey, got Mr. Baker on too. All the big guys are on today. See, people say, "How do I win the contest?" Three of the five people still left in the contest around this meeting, so that is so cool. Um, Started going over the 515 for July. So the whole idea, it's the 15th or around the 15th of the month. So we start thinking of 5 things we can do unique for July. And actually had a little tough time coming up with different ideas, but I think I've got some good ones. One is a takeoff of what I used to do when I had my school in Arizona. When they had fireworks show in the community, is just to show up on the event. And we're handing out, at that time was handing out sparklers. On the sparklers were attached a pass for my school, and just going through the crowd say, here, here, here. When I did it for Fort Lauderdale down here in Florida, we had small American flags, and I had the card set to the American flags. So we'd hand them out that way. So I started thinking what would be kind of fun for kids that all kids would want that wouldn't be dangerous, like getting a sparkler in the eye or something like this. So I found these glow wristbands. I thought this would be a really cool idea. We get either our rack cards or we get our VIP cards. You tape one of these, you go through the crowd and just give them to the kids. Probably some people are just going to throw away the card, but some people are going to keep them. Kind of got inspired a little by this idea because I saw a picture of my grandkids. They went bowling last week, and I asked my daughter why they go bowling. She goes, when they get out of school, they got a package of like free stuff to do in the summertime, and one was a free pass to go to bowling. So they ended up going to bowling. Of course, they buy lunch and they're spending money there. So it's coming into July. A lot of kids have been out of school for a while. Of course, they're getting bored. Their parents are looking for something to do. So if they happen to get a card for a free week of karate, they'd probably take advantage of that. And this would be a good way to distribute it. I was talking to Jim Brand a little while ago, and I said, now, can you do this? He goes, no, we take the 4th of July week off, so I'm not going to be here. I go, how many people got a leadership team in your SWAT team? He goes, man, I got a ton. They're always looking for stuff to do. I go, okay. Next time they come to class, what we're going to do is we're going to give them cards. They're going to take these to cards. You're going to give them a pile to each one of them. They go out to the fireworks show, whatever is happening in town, and they just hand them out. So you could put this together really, really fast. I'll send out this link, or I'll put it on the RainMaker business solution page. I found there were 50 of these glow-in-the-dark wristbands for $5. So for $25, you can get a few hundred of these, and that'd be really inexpensive marketing. Then I went to Costco. So at Costco, I saw these fireworks. So this picture is a grown man. I mean, this box is like 5.5 feet tall. It is just so impressive. I go, well, Buddy Day is always the first Monday of the month. I bet I can get some kids to come if you showed up at Buddy Day and you bring a friend. We're going to have a raffle at the end of the buddy class, and both you and your buddy get one of these things of fireworks. So if I was going to go to Costco, pick a couple of these up, start just put them in the front of the class, all the kids are going to go nuts. I mean, it's a really, really impressive thing. So we're going to give that away on July 2nd. Oh, it's July 2nd. That's Buddy Day. If you bring a buddy, you come to class, what we're going to do is we're going to raffle 2 of these off. You get one, and your buddy gets one. So, again, we're always trying to think of the fun factor for Buddy Day. Buddy Days theoretically sound great, but the challenge is getting people to actually bring buddies. And that's a hard sell sometimes because a friend goes up and says, hey, you want to go to our Buddy Day karate school? I don't do karate. I don't want to look stupid, so I don't want to go. But if there's something fun going on like this, I think you can get a lot of people to your Buddy Day. So for the money cost for 2 of these, get a lot of kids there. You start building up your prospects. It's kind of a hot prospect because they have a friend already at your karate school. So we're going to start off July strong. And when you look at the calendar for July, the whole first week is, hate to say this, but it's kind of a negative week for a martial arts business because July 4th is on Wednesday. So attendance is going to be off on Monday, Tuesday. It's going to be off on Thursday, Friday. And then people are coming back into town the second week of the month. So if I can have some prospects to call, at least I can start off my month pretty strong. So I thought this was a real good idea. They had other boxes that were smaller than this, but again, this is impressive. Next thing, number 3 for the month of July is enrollments for minis. If you have people on your minis, make sure you get your system to be able to convert them into longer-term programs. So the whole idea is to make sure not only have they already come in and started classes, they took a tour of your school, they started classes, now you have a progress check coming up. With progress check, it's the whole idea is to get the whole family there. You know, we're a family-oriented school. We'd like it if both parents could be there for the progress check. During the progress check, reviewing PG1. So you're telling the parents what to expect of the progress of their child, not to compare their child's progress with anyone else in the school. Some of those kids in the school that they're looking at have been there for a long time. But again, we're all about getting the individual educated in the benefits you're looking for. So then you review the benefits. So you've done the PG, you reviewed the benefits, you talk about result language. So well, the next step after your mini program, your summer program, is our 6-month welcome program. During our 6-month welcome program, this is what you're going to be offered. When you get down to it, say we do have an incentive if you want to enroll early. If you do it now, you're going to give them anywhere from $50 to $100 off. So if they do the paid in full option, they're going to save either $50 or $100. If they decide to do the $295 down and 5 payments of, they're going to get a discount off their down payment. So that would be the incentive to do it early. You're not giving a lot away. The whole idea is you have them in your office. They're excited. You don't want to say, well, just come back in 3 weeks to talk about it there. I mean, you're already here. I've got both parents there. If you have to discuss anything, I can help you discuss anything. We can go over all the benefits of the program again. So it's just a great time to present it. Again, we're trying to make sure we balance out good cash flow with building our check. If I can get the cash flow, I'm going to have them finance the program themselves and either write me a check or give me their credit card. For those who can't do that, we will budget their program. But again, the whole idea is to know that, hey, we signed some new students up. You know, look at Mr. DiCastillo. He's got 52 people on a mini program. Some of those people have already converted, but anyone left, he wants to make sure he converts them in July. July is notoriously a slower month than others if you don't take action. So again, with this 515, we talked about getting some new prospects. At the same time, people we have on the mini, I really want to get them involved in our program now. I don't want them coming right down to the getting back to school. You say it's time to do your next step program. And they go, well, you know, school's starting. Let's see how he does the first couple weeks of school. That goes by. Okay, yeah, it's time to talk about the program. We would if it wasn't for the holidays. And then also, it just, everything happens so fast in the fall. Let's just get it done now. I posted 5 of these templates for Facebook ads. I put them on the RainMaker's business solution. You can just right-click them. They're high enough quality to use on Facebook ads. Whole idea between now and July 4th, do some type of ad for 4th of July. I like the whole 1776, Independence Day. We're rolling back to $17.76. That could be for 2 weeks, 2 lessons, a uniform lesson, whatever you want to do. It's the price and just being proactive around 4th of July. So these are ready for you. Just download them. I saw Valerie from Get Students posted these today. This party doesn't have to be on the 4th of July. The reason I want to point this out, anytime you have invitations, you're going to get better results. A lot of people do promotions. They do buddy days. They do parent night outs. The problem is you're not giving your students tools to bring their friends in. You're telling David, who's 8 years old, to invite his friends. It's tough. I mean, he's got to start a conversation with his friends, invite them, convince the friend to come in, tell all the parents about the details. That's not going to happen. Give them a tool. Give them a card, an invitation to bring a friend in. So this is for a party. She just put July 4th on there because just because of the holiday. But if you're doing parents' night out or something for July, give your students tools to bring their friends in. Talking to Jim Brand again, this is an idea that he gave me. He said that his instructor was going to be at a charter school next week. It's, I guess, one of his churches in town has a charter school. They're friends with the charter school. They were invited in to do a martial arts class for 2 hours a day throughout the week. And we're just talking about how do we get those kids back to his martial arts school. So he's going to do some type of graduation where kids come back on the last day to the martial arts school. They're doing these camp days during the day. Parents work during the day, so they're going to have him come back on the Friday evening. When he's at his camp for 2 hours, they're actually going to create a demonstration. So now they're going to invite the parents back to see a show. So the kids are going to be learning star block sets, some forms. So it's a reason for the parents to come in. Kids have been working real hard at the camp all week. Now it's time to do the show. So it's a great idea. Start looking for other camps that are in your town and say that you have an instructor that's willing to go out and do either 1 day of classes or maybe even just like a gym doing the 5 days of classes. If you don't want to leave your school, invite other camps to your school. Camps, always looking for things to do. So if they have a chance to do a field trip to your martial arts school and you may be charging them $5 each, they're going to come in and do an hour-and-a-half class. That'd just be another good opportunity. So that's like our 4 things so far. 5th thing is knowing that we're in vacation time. Let's just really tighten up and slam the back door on the school. Make sure no one escapes out the back door during July. So it's retention, making sure you're doing your vacation calls. If you know someone's going to be back, call them, ask them how their vacation went. And, we had a great time. It was so much fun. That's good. We have stripe testing coming up in 2 weeks. I really want to make sure that David's ready for stripe testing. When are you coming in? So do those vacation calls. Theme weeks have been around forever. It doesn't mean they're still not a great idea. So you may think, well, we've done Crazy Hair Day for so many years in the past. Yeah, you have a lot of students that just signed up this year. They don't know what a Crazy Hair Day is. So get excited about the theme weeks. You're doing crazy hair, if you're doing mustache day, if you're doing crazy sock day, whatever you're doing, get excited about that. It just adds to the fun factor. You're not selling out and doing stupid stuff. You're making it more fun for the kids to train during the summertime. They can have crazy hair and still work out like crazy. This is something that we used to do in Arizona. If you've been to grocery stores, you probably guys eat these yourselves. Ice pops, those are just like those colored ice sticks. We just sold them in our school during the summertime. It would be really funny where after class, kids would buy 5, 10 of them after class because the whole family would take them. Dad wants 2 or 3 of them. But again, something like that, the kids look forward to class because they're getting these ice pops after class. So, all of a sudden, you're going to karate. I don't know if I want to go today. It's kind of hot. But don't forget, it's ice pops. Okay, they're on the way there. So, again, don't take any silliness out. Just know that these things are really good for retention. Now, Tom Baker's on the picture here, and I'm going to talk about Tom. For the last 2 years, he has dedicated August to board breaking. Not only that they're going to have a class in board breaking, but every day throughout the month they do a board breaking. And his thinking was, it's one of his big revenue generating events. 2, it's when kids go back to school in Arizona. He wants to make sure his martial arts school is doing something really special. So either the kids are just finishing vacation or they're going back to school, but they've got to be at the karate school. So he gets boards from Tiger Claw. He packages them, I think either 40 or 50. So they need that many boards to break in August. Last year, I believe he sold 15,000. That's $15,000 worth of boards. So for July, all the kids, when they come to class, they should get a ticket. And the ticket is you're going to do a raffle at the end of July, and they're going to get another stack of boards for August. Now, this is really neat, not just because they're getting free tickets, but it gives you an opportunity to talk about August every single class in July. So every single class in July, you're talking about why you've got to be here, because if you're here, you're going to get a ticket. And if you get a ticket, you may win an extra 50 boards for July. So it gets your instructors who may skip over some announcements a reason to talk about coming to class, and they're just marketing the heck out of your August event. Same time, you have to start taking orders because you don't want to order 10,000 boards and not sell them. So throughout July, you have to start taking orders for the boards. I don't know if you want to do this as a profit generator, just some type of sales sheet or flyer, but that should be ready at least by the 15th. Again, this is a huge moneymaker, and since I'm telling all clients of RainMaker, you may want to make sure that you order them early, because if Tiger Claw gets 100 schools wanting all these boards, I would make sure I got them early as I could. You also may want to launch something in July for a board-breaking seminar. So now you're handing out tickets, you do a board-breaking seminar, you're announcing that the whole month of July you're doing board-breaking. It's just going to set you up for a real good month. So this is a good way to get your finances. And I can have Tom talk. Tom, I'm going to unmute you. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good. Did you do packs of 40 or 50?
Whatever they want. Sometimes we do even more, but
okay.
Minimum is 40, but typically we do more than that with a lot of adults.
Do they bring the boards back to class, or do you keep their boards at the school?
Keep them at the school. We just line them up underneath the mirrors all the way along the wall with their names on them, and then we bring out packs of 40 for each student. When they come into class, at the end of class, we just pull the pile and give it to them.
Okay. Oh, and then they take them home.
After they break them, they take them home. Yeah.
Well, after they break them, they take them home.
Right. So we only. I'm sorry, we don't give them all 40. We'll give them 10 each class that they come to. And
okay. And
we just line them all up. We have them all. It's a big month. You got them stacked up along the walls, and it just gets everyone excited about breaking boards.
Yeah. I remember Mark Dumas doing this even before you did it, and he had some crazy months where, just his retail sales were off the wall.
Yes. You're looking at 12 to 15,000 boards typically.
Right. How much
do you charge?
That's a good question. Enough to make a good profit. Typically your customers aren't going out and buying boxes and cases of boards. So I can probably be on the next meeting with the numbers.
Okay. So you may make $10 or $15 off a stack of boards. It's not like you're making $1 a board. So but if you sell, like a school like yours is going to sell 300 packages of it,
right,
you're still making $3,000 or $4,000 profit off that $15,000.
Yes. I would just guess, 5,000, 6,000 maybe.
Yep. But again, you have a big student base with 350 students.
Right.
Kids still can come class if they don't have their boards. They just break breakable boards.
Right. A lot of the adults will buy 10 per class to break. So we sell a lot more to the adults.
And this is every class in August, sir?
Yes. At the end.
Yeah. Now that's a cool thing that you just said. Adults like this. Adults like to break stuff. So don't think that, hey, I just got this many kids. If we're going to do it for adults, adults like to break stuff.
I got adults that'll take like 10 or 15. They take as many as they can and see how many they can break, and they'll actually do competitions. So they'll order, cases of them and just go to town.
Very, very cool. It's that guy Chip who's on Facebook all the time breaking baseball bats. Just adults love to break stuff.
Mr. Baker, it's the same little Tiger Claw boards? It's the same ones no matter on age, or do you have different ones for different ages?
That's what I've been doing. I've just been doing the thin ones. That way it doesn't get too confusing. That's a lot of boards to order, and it just gets a little confusing if you have to get different sizes. But of course you can. So, the main thing is just having a board breaking month and just start getting into it. And then once you've got them for, 3, 4, 5 years in a row, everybody's just looking forward to it. It's building the focus and the self-confidence in the kids before they go back to school. And it's just really, and then the adults just like the energy, like Mr. Silva said, they get off on breaking things. They just want to break as many as they can, see how many they can break.
So they're all tiny Tiger boards?
They don't come in like classes. They come by thickness, and so I just get the thin ones. I can't remember the exact thickness, but I could have all that at one of these next meetings, or I'll forward it to Mr. Sobin, give you the thickness. And
I think if you're doing, I would do the thin ones for maybe tiny tigers, the little dragons, and have thicker ones for the regular kids
I
classes.
think I use like the middle of the road ones, because the thinnest ones are like balsa wood. So
Yeah, one of the things about when you start ordering the size, you got to think of shipping costs too. And
yes,
the heavier the shipping, the more it's going to cost you. So
it's got to be in the price. So whatever you're charging, make sure you add in the shipping, because they don't give you a break on quantity. You're going to pay per box, and
right.
so you add that in. But it's so hard. I was going to get my own from China, and it costs so much money for shipping, and then you've got the inspectors that have to go through it. And now I don't even know if it's even harder now
Right.
with what's going on. So
okay, good ideas, guys.
it's awesome.
So I will post the website to order those bracelets. I'm sure you can find them anywhere, but if there's anything else you need, just email me at greg@gregsilva.com, and I will get it out to you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Again, with all this, we've got to start early. I know it's not happening in July, but we only have 12 days. So it's time to get to work. We're going to have a great
Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow, sir. Thank you.